What if the foods we think are healthy are secretly causing us harm? Meet Shelley, a web designer from Canada who made a surprising discovery connecting her healthy diet to years of debilitating health problems that conventional medicine could not help. Join us in hearing Shelley's story in how eliminating certain healthy foods dramatically improved her life.
Hello, my name is Shelley Ward. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest on a commercial salmon trawler. We lived on land some of the time, but we certainly were out on the ocean fishing and eating a lot of fish and not a lot of vegetables out there. Come back to land, and my relatives and everyone had big gardens, lots of vegetables. Eat your vegetables, good for you, very nutritious. And so we did. But my mom would make up my plate, and she would put, the vegetables and the starch and the meat. And I would eat all the starch and all the vegetables first and save the meat to last. And Mom would say, well, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And I said, well, I saved the best for last. So I get to be my age now, 60, and of course I have a garden. I had a lot of spinach and chard and all of that, and it comes up in the spring, and I just was eating it like a house afire, with a poached egg in the morning. I have a great big wad of cooked spinach, and then I'd drink a pot of tea, like a whole pot of black tea. I would use 2 tea bags in my pot of tea and have that every day. Every morning I would drink the whole pot. I'm a web developer. I spend a lot of time sitting down at the computer, but I couldn't understand why I couldn't walk upstairs. Like, I had to go one stair at a time. My feet, I just figured they were a write-off because neuropathy runs in my family, and it's just been a thing that we've all dealt with. So I just thought, oh, well, these blocks of cement that are on my feet that I can't even feel, I'm kind of stuck with these. So my doctor, she couldn't figure out what was going on. My mobility was so bad, and we didn't even discuss the neuropathy thing because that was a given. You have neuropathy in my family, you have a neuropathy. I thought, oh, life is pretty much over at 60 if this is the way it's gonna go. Keep going downhill. But I thought it would be good that I got up from the computer and did something physical. I'm not very disciplined in the exercise department. I thought, well, let's get a job at one of the local farms. So I did. I just started to feel better. But the reason I was feeling better was because I wasn't drinking the tea all day. I was having work and having maybe a cup of coffee or something. And so I thought, well, I tried different diets. I've been on Atkins. I've done the South Beach. I've done different ones. And I thought, well, this carnivore sounds really interesting. I listened to Dr. Chafee's rant about vegetables are trying to kill you. And I thought, that's kind of odd. I thought vegetables were good for you. There's going on the internet around and around. And I listened to the podcast, Weston Price podcast, and Sally was on it. And I went, whoa, what's this all about? I read the book and I was just blown away. I immediately stopped eating all of those oxalate foods. My neuropathy started to heal. I could wiggle my toes. My feet could feel warm or cold. They weren't like a part of my body even. That's hard to describe neuropathy. Going up the stairs thing, I started to be able to walk upstairs. I was like, what? This can't be happening. It's just food, right? Like no medication. I quit taking a medication for hypertension. I no longer have heart palpitations the same way that I was, and I could control it myself. If my heart did start beating twice as fast as it should, I could just do my breathing and I could get it to stop and my heart didn't hurt. And now I'm going uphill. Even brain fog is improved. I'm able to sit and concentrate at the computer a lot longer than I used to be able to. And I wasn't exactly depressed, but you get some mood swings and feeling kind of down sometimes, and I just find that my outlook is even rosier. I don't know. I'm just so thankful. There are different websites that show oxalate counts, in different foods. And so some of those, they might be outdated or they never had the proper information to begin with. There's some things that they have on there that could be misleading. So I've just been trusting Sally's. Her list is, I would say, pretty stellar. I just gorged on everything that she had to say. She knows the science. She doesn't want to just sell a diet or a product. She wants to help people. And I'm already an advocate. I'm already telling everybody, about oxalates. I drive my son a little bit crazy, telling him all the time about oxalate. Well, I'm doing this testimonial because I want people to know that it really does make a difference what food you put in your body.